Good morning students. In the previous class we have seen about the preparation of colloidal solutions. Today let us discuss about the purification of the colloids. So generally up to now we have prepared about only colloidal solutions. Now how to purify the colloidal solutions? Generally colloidal solutions is like a jelly like compounds, yes or no? So gelatin compounds. So how we have to purify the like that of compounds? So there are some methods. First method is dialysis and the second method is ultrafiltration. So these two are the methods to purify the colloidal solutions. So now let us see about dialysis. What do you mean by dialysis? Let us discuss. So as we know that colloidal particles means colloidal, so in the previous class, in the starting class, we have discussed. Colloidal solutions cannot filter through parchment membrane, but true solutions they can easily filter, yes or no? So means what here? Why the colloidal solutions is not filtering through filter paper and true solutions is filtering to filter paper is nothing but depending upon their particle size. So compared to true solutions, colloidal particles is having more particle size, means 1 millimoles it is having. So means what here? The colloidal particle size is very large. So because of that reason only the colloidal particles cannot pass through a Purkinje membrane. So here whenever we are separating means those type of compounds, means for example crystalloids you are taking from a colloid by diffusion or through a Purkinje membrane. So to separate a crystalloid from colloid by Purkinje membrane we call it as dialysis. So what is dialysis? Generally we is known as colloidal particles is not filtered by Purkinje membrane. But here what I am saying, separating a crystalloid from colloids means in a colloid we are separating a crystals by diffusion. So here there is a process which is undergoing diffusion. Then we are separating Purkinje membrane in a colloidal solution. That one we call it as what here? Dialysis. So now let us see the definition of dialysis. So what is dialysis? The process of separating a crystalloid, the process of separating a crystalloid from a colloid by diffusion through Purkinje membrane. This one we call it as what? This one we call it as dialysis. Okay. So here the apparatus which is used for separation we call it as dialyzer, and the process of dialysis can be taken place in two types. One is Graham's dialyzer, another one is electrodialyzer. So the apparatus whatever we are using for separation, that one we call it as dialyzer. Okay. So dialysis is one thing, dialyzer is different. Dialyzer is nothing but what I have told you, apparatus used for separation. That one we call it as dialyzer. Okay. So this dialysis can be taken places two types. One is a Graham dialyzer, another one is electrodialyzer. So now let us see Graham's dialyzer, how it is going to filter. So we are having, and also one more what I have told you, electrodialyzer. So let us see both the diagrams. Taken a beaker, okay. So in this beaker we are having two inlets. We are placing water here. So the water is flowing. So this is a water. So this is nothing but Graham dialser. Now let us take about electrical dialser. So in the name itself we can say electrical dialser is nothing but what here? Some electrodes were placed. One is positive charge, another one contain negative charge. Okay. So this is in water. The water is inserting here. This is also a water. So in this it contains impure colloidal solution which is in not pure condition. Next one we are taking membrane. This one is upper part of bottle. This one glass. Hello, this one is nothing but electro dialser. Now let us see, first of all let us discuss about Graham dialser. So Graham dialser, in Graham dialser what happens here, if you have seen, we have both the ends are is in open, yes or no? So when we have kept some tubes, so that it consists of a shallow cylinder, means it is a cylinder which is opened at both the ends. So here we are keeping a Purchant membrane. So this one we call it as what here? Purchant membrane, which is fitted, yes or no? So a membrane is fitted ends, one of the end, as we have seen. So what happens in this? An impure colloidal solution. So what I have told here, so this is a impure colloidal solution. So this impure colloidal solution, what happens means, is taken in the dialsum. So this is a dialsum. So here we are placing one cylindrical. So this is nothing but we are placing a shallow cylinder which is opened at both the ends. The cylinder is opened at both the ends. So in a dialser we are taking water, and here in the membrane what we are taking? Impure colloidal solution. So taken in this dialser. So here now what happens, and we are placing in a large vessel which is containing water. So now this side we are adding fresh water continuously one end, and at end other end what happens, it going outside. So means what here, the water level is constant, so the electrolytes are impurities, so continuously what happens means it is removed from the cylinder whenever the dialysis process happens. So this is used for the eliminating this whenever we have removed the electrolytes from this. So automatically what happens here, so whenever we are removing the impurity in the cylinder, so here we can use for testing, okay, and also for measuring. So for example, if you are taking Na2 SiO3, sodium silico oxide, okay, sodium silicate we can say, so which is treated with 2HCl, so we are getting H2SiO3, silic acid we are getting, so which is known as colloidal solution. So this is a colloidal solution. So how to purify colloidal solution, let us see. Once again I am explaining you. It consists of a shallow cylinder which is opened at two ends, okay. So in a large vessel containing water, so this is nothing but perchant membrane filter paper. Here we are having colloidal solution. So let us assume, so this is a filter paper, here we are having colloidal solution, that only we have placed in a one dialyzer. So whenever water we are flowing here, means at one side we are adding water, at the other side it is going outside, means what, the water is maintaining here constant. So whenever the impure metals, so whenever you continue this process like this dialysis process, so automatically what happens means the impure metals from the filter paper will be eliminated, will be separated. So then we are getting a pure colloidal solution. So here the whole solution whatever we have got, so here we are taking example as sodium silicate which is treated with HCl. So we are forming what here, colloidal solution of silic acid. So this is nothing but silic acid. So and NaCl will be lost. So this whole solution should be put in the dialysis when sodium chloride and unused HCl removes outside. Why? Because this sodium chloride and HCl are impure solution. So that's why this went outside and we got the pure solution of silic acid, that is colloidal solution. So it is very long process we can say. It take many days to complete this process. That's why we are using here one more method, that is electrodialysum. So this is very fast reaction we can say, which is under the electric field we are applying. Why? Because here we are placing two electrodes. Yes or no? So as we have seen in the figure, here we are placing two electrodes. So the impure colloidal solution taken in this cylinder. So whenever electric field is applied, so the electric field if increases means the ions whatever is there, they will also increase. See for example, whenever the electric field is increasing, the minus charge will go to positive charge, the positive charge will go to negative charge. Means what happening here, because of the increase of the electric field, the movement of the ions where it is traveling, oppositely charged electrodes. So this is nothing but, so this is the fastest method to purify the colloidal solutions we can say. But here what happens means this method is not suitable for fast, means that much not fast for sugar molecules and also non electrolytes from the colloidal solution. Only few of them only it is used. So but here the dialysis is, what is the dialysis? It only separates a crystallite, okay, colloid from a crystallite. For the purification of colloidal solution, first of all we have to contain dissolved substance, the soluble substance in the molecular or in the ionic form. Then only we can separate in Graham's dialysis or electrodialysis. So one more method we are having, I have told you. What is that one more method? Second method, we are having ultra filtration. Okay, so this is the nothing but ultrafiltration. So generally here what happens means the separation of crystalloid so can be easily done by ultrafiltration. From the colloidal solution we can easily separate crystalloid from ultrafiltration. Why? Because here the ordinary filtered papers we can use here. So the ordinary filtered papers generally we are having how much size? So generally ordinary filter papers have pores, very large pores if you have observed the filter paper when you seen in the lab. So it is having nearly 1 micron we can say, means 10 to the power minus 6 m. So by this what we can say means the colloidal particles can easily pass through filtered paper along with ions or also molecules. So means what happening here, the pores of the filter paper can be made smaller by soaking it in a solution of gelatin or collodion and then in turn hardening them by soaking in formaldehyde. If you have observed when we are taking large molecules it is decreased to 10 to the power minus 6, means very small size it has become. So whenever the pores of the filtered paper so means it will become very small. Why it become very small? So when you are dipping this filtered paper in gelatin, jelly like compounds, for example I say you an example, if you take cotton sarees, okay, when you take cotton sarees without keeping any starch, so just if you have observed that size that pores whatever is there the holes will be large. Okay, so when you keep any starch to the cotton saree to become soft, so automatically what happens, the sari will be very stick. In the same way if you take filter paper that will be by whenever you are keeping it in a gelatin solution automatically the pores, the larger pores will become the small, so then that one will become very hard, yes or no? So to become very hard we are soaking in formaldehyde solution. Okay, so now what happens, now the pores of the filter become smaller and colloidal particles easily can pass through the ordinary filter paper. So the filter paper prepared means whatever filter paper we are preparing, that one we call it as what here, ultrafiltration. So by separating colloids from crystalloids, this ultrafilters we call it as what here, ultrafiltration. First of all what we have to do, the filter paper should be soaked in different concentrations of colloids. Means for example a graded filter papers can be prepared, graded, even the finest filter paper also we can use, and also graded and ultrafilters will separate the colloidal particles of different sizes from one another. So this is a slow process but it can be very speed by using the applications of gas pressure. So this is nothing but ultrafiltration. So what is the main theme of ultrafiltration here? First of all we have to take large size of the pores which should be kept in the gelatin, that one will become very stick. So after that the pore size will become very small. So by that what we can take, the colloidal solutions should be taken, or we can take collodions or also different types of colloidal solutions. When you are taking different types of colloidal solutions it can easily flow and we can easily filter, but it is a slow process. Then also we can easily filter the ultrafiltration paper by using the applications of the gas pressure. Thank you.